made this game 2 years ago during a 24 hours challenge and I haven't touched it since then, but I always feel this pull to revisit it, and there's something about the vibe of the game that I really like, but let's be real, it's a bit of a mess right now. Like, the trajectory isn't accurate at all, the game drops FPS drastically, the jelly effect looks great I would say, however it's using 4 rigid bodies that are constantly colliding with each other, which is not ideal. Don't get me started with the code, it's a tangled mess, and the chewing gum sound. Yeah. You see, when I made this game, I copied pasted a lot of code from other good-hearted developers, but now that I've improved my coding skills and graduated from college and I'm officially a software engineer, I copy the code from ChatGPT. I don't just copy the code, I also paste. ChatGPT does help quite a lot if you're not sure about things, etc. But I really advise you against copy-pasting code you don't understand, not just from ChatGPT but in general, because it will be a nightmare when needing to modify it, plus it's no good for your learning path. Anyway, getting back to the game, I've made a list of everything that needs fixing. I've been going through the project in Unity, organizing things, fixing up the UIs, moving out gameplay, adding a few new levels, and of course resizing the giant gumbo. So I started redesigning the main menu. I decided to remove all those circles, the colored circles, and also I decided to replace the play button. Instead of using spike, I decided to make a button out of the wooden circle from the spike, and also added a play button on top of the play button and made that the play button. You know what I mean. I also decided to add a vignette because vignettes make things look cooler. So among other things, I also added a little animation to the logo. I also changed the stars in the levels menu and I replaced it with wooden plates as well. I also decided to redesign the spikes, especially because of the shadows and light. It looked kind of weird, and also because it was not symmetric, so I made that on purpose, I remember, but it looks weird, so I decided to remake it and make it symmetric. I decided to stick with the wooden plate in the center, and yeah, I really like that. I modified the trajectory line to something more smooth, and of course it's actually accurate. I added particle effects to the bubble, the stars, and the gumball. I made the stars rotate as well. I removed the static spikes and now there are only rotating spikes. The gumball bursts and you can see it actually popping for a few milliseconds. It looks better when it's fast. I also changed the default legacy Unity text system with the new Text Mesh Pro. And for the jelly effect of the gumbo, it now stretches the sprite on the X and Y axis to create the squishy effect instead of relying on multiple rigid bodies colliding with each other, which was probably what was causing the game to struggle so much. And to be honest, I am happy with the result, but I was happier with how it was. So this might be something I come back another day or maybe not. It does look good, but before you could actually feel it was moving naturally based on the momentum and that, so yeah. Alright, so this is the final result. I beat all the levels, that's why they are all unlocked. But yeah, that's just to show you that all the levels are actually possible. Now I must admit, a few of the levels are actually challenging, at least the final ones. There are just 16 levels, but for me they are quite easy. But that's just because I've been playing this game for quite a while. Now I am struggling on one of the very easy ones for some reason. Alright, so I'm planning on making even more levels and adding more elements. It's a work in progress, but you can check it out right now on Google Play and on the App Store. I really want to share more about the projects I'm working on, so stay tuned for that. If you have any questions of something you see on any of my projects, just let me know. I'll see it and probably ignore it. Consider subscribing if you like my videos. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys in my next or previous video.